To the Backyard Professor Rough Country Survival videos. I'm just waking up. It's 5:30 in the morning. I'm making myself an egg McMuffin real quick. I've got my toasted bun with cheese and mayonnaise, and there's my eggs. I'm going to take you up into the Whoa, that won't work. There we go. Yeah, show your ugly mug. I look horrible right now. I'm going to take you up into the Kilgore wilderness, and we are going to search for obsidian and flint and chert for our flint napping. It's a beautiful country I'm going to take you to. So hang on, we're going on an adventure in the outdoors. Besides, it's supposed to snow tonight. I've got to hurry up and get all the chert I can before snow covers the ground. Winter has arrived, so actually it's only fall, October 6th or something like that, 7th, but that's close enough. So, alrighty, I will see you guys out on the trail. Hey, welcome back to the Backyard Professor Rough Country Survival videos. I'm gathering a bunch of sticks. I'm out in the Kilgore wilderness, and it's supposed to snow tonight. The weather changes fast like that in the mountains. So I have found what I consider to be a perfect spot to make a shelter. And I'm going to show you this. I've been gathering sticks. I've got an old supply of different kinds of bark around here that I can use as a roof. Let me show you this shelter that you can make, which is a good idea to keep your eyes open for, because you don't want to be out in the cold, and you do want to be able to build a fairly comfortable, warm shelter. I found this old fallen tree, and the root mass has stayed together with the dirt. This is a perfect spot to lean several sticks against and crawl right into there and have yourself a nice comfortable time, as long as you can put a good roof over your head on this side. And I've just been throwing sticks up there for the moment, but I just want to show you this shelter all the way around. Old trees like this are sensational to build shelters with. So that's something you can look for. Build it right against the roots. What I want to do is I want to put several of these branches on this side to cover around this corner. I'm going to weave them in and out up along here and then around, and then I'm going to go find some bark to put over this. Okay, I'm very fortunate. I have found a big old rotted stump, and it's loose. See this great big chunk of bark? I can break this off and use this as a roof over that shelter. So this is some of the stuff that you want to look for. If you want to find larger, wider pieces of bark, thick piece, heavy bark like that, that's excellent roofing material for your shelter. So I'm going to set that aside. See, here's another gigantic slab of bark that I can use as the roof that'll keep the moisture and the rain and the snow, if it snows, off of you. Look for things like this in the wild. Find the pieces of bark. Here's another very large, nice piece of bark, that will work really good as part of the roofing of your shelter. Set those aside. This is a great, big, wonderful old pine tree. Let's see if I can break away some of this old bark material here. Whoops. Yeah, don't break it apart, stupid. Try not to break it apart, just break the bark off. The larger the pieces, oh yeah, look at that. Look at that piece. That's a wonderful piece to put on the roof of my shelter over there. That'll be excellent. And this piece here, it's thick, it's strong. Get some of that out. See how big that is? Very thick and strong. That'll make great roof shelter. Okay, so I see a lot of this punk wood. A lot of this punk wood. See, that is really soft punk wood. That old thing is rotting. This will make great charcoal in the fire. This is good fire starting material. It's got the sap in it. It's good sap wood. Yeah, you can just, this whole trunk, look how easy that breaks apart. Look how easy that breaks off. That's sensational fire starter material. So I'm going to have plenty of material for a fire in my shelter. That's what I wanted to know. I've also got a start of a good roof. I see another tree over there and another tree over there that has a bunch of old bark. Even if they're laying down on the ground, it's okay, because the old rotting stuff, all of this, we can create layers. And that's what we want to do. We want to create layers on that roof. Yeah. Nice, big, large piece of bark that will cover a lot of area. Then I'll layer some more bark, overlaying that like that. That's a good big piece. I've got some more I'm going to put on there. When you see fallen trees, this is the kind of stuff you want. Big, solid, one pieces of bark off the trees, off the ground. You can't peel them off the living trees, but on the old dead trees, this stuff is as good as walls. And it's excellent to put on the outside of your shelter. It'll not only hold the warmth in, but it'll keep the rain and the snow off you. This is sensational. It's going very well. I'm very happy so far with what I've got. Nice large chunks like this is sensational. Got to break this thing in half, but that's exactly what I'm looking for to give me an excellent excellent sides and roofs for my shelter. I'm about 2 hours into this right now, just so you know, for a time scale. You need to plan ahead if you're going to do a shelter and do a comfortable one. Okay. In walking through trying to find materials, I'll show you stuff you like to find. See this huge old dead tree laying on the ground? Right there. That stretches all the way out there. You can tear a tree like that apart and build your shelter with the bark. There's the old stump. Look at this. Look at all the bark pieces there. I've got like 3 or 4 pieces there I can use. And possibly some more down here, chunks. So that's what you're looking for in the forest. Looks like there's some more off there in the distance too. Way back there. So you want to keep your eyes open. See that tree right behind that stump right there. And there's another one laying down over there. All around me. From here, see there's some more dead trees. From here, there's my shelter. So it's not too far. It's a great forest. Absolutely sensational. Lots of wood for fire too. So this is the kind of material you're looking for when you're building a shelter. It looks like there's a really, really nice, large tree right up there. That might be very, very useful. Notice it's laying on the ground. That's good. That's the kind you want. They're the easiest to use. So I think I'm finished. There it is. Outdoor shelter. Built against the root of a tree that has fallen over. Backyard professor style. Yeah. Yeah, let's take a look at this thing, shall we? Notice how high it goes. Notice all the room inside. That's very, very nice. Okay, let's see how much room we've got in this thing. This is nice. Plenty of overhead room. Plenty of protection from the snow and the rain. Plenty of room to crawl back into there and sleep. You'll put pine boughs down here for your mattress. Stick them about 2 feet deep and lay your bag on them. And put them between you and the ground. This is quite a hollow depression where the root left off, so you'll want to put some pine boughs down. You don't want to lay on the ground and sleep on the ground at night. But this size shelter with this size tree root, this is fantastic. I'm very, very happy with it. And I left myself an escape hole over there. I can put my ground tarp over that to close it off to retain heat. I can put my fire right out here and put a fire retaining wall right here and have all the comforts of home except for the kitchen sink. Ah, this is nice. This is really nice. feels good to make a nice shelter like I've got behind me. I'm about 3 hours into it, so you got to kind of plan ahead. So I don't know about you guys, but now that I've got a little bit of time to sit and relax, I'm going to sit and do some flint napping, and then I'll gather some firewood later and see what I can do that way. But for now, I think I'm just going to relax a little. Ooh, there's a nice little chunk. Do some flint napping. Oh, there's some pretty good pieces off that. Find the beauty in nature. Enjoy yourself. Sit in the forest. Listen to the crows. Flint nap. Relax. I don't know about you, man, but this is living. This is really living. Do everything you can to stay alive and enjoy yourself, and get out in the forest and love the beauty of the world, and realize that there's more gifts in Mother Nature, anywhere from flint to flint nap, obsidian, trees, wood. You can make shelters, fires, cook your food, boil your water, rocks, you collect rocks. You can just sit in the peace and be quiet and enjoy the beauty of the world. It's worth doing, I promise. That's living. It's time sometimes to take a time out, so. Okay, welcome to part 2 of how to build a survival shelter in the wild. In this instance, in the forest. I've gathered my bows, prepared my bed. I'm going to be sleeping off the ground tonight. And then I've made this rock wall, this semicircular rock wall, that's going to be a reflecting wall for heat for my fire to reflect back into my shelter. And I've dug this down about 2 feet deep so that the fire itself is going to be below ground. Then it will warm these stones up and they will reflect the heat that direction, so that the 360-degree heat is more useful pushing toward me than just radiating out here where I can't use it. Because I need it in my shelter. But I've been hiking around the mountain today, just thoroughly enjoying the beauty of the place. And it's gotten overcast and really windy. I'm going to try to find ways to shore this up a little more so that it's not quite so rickety. But I've got some pretty good stone that I've gathered. So, and then I'm going to have dinner. I've got some venison steak. I'm getting hungrier than I'll get out. I've been walking around all day, and now I've been building this stuff. I should have built my bed a lot earlier, but so anyway, I'm going to finish this up, and then I'll start a fire, and we'll get dinner going. Whew, it's been a great day, man. So here's the coolest little fire starter you've ever seen. It's a little wax, and you pull it apart, and it has those threads, those real little fine threads. That's what you want to start a fire. We're going to start this fire with those threads. You pull it apart and you want those threads, just like so. And then you flick a spark on those and it gets going real good. So we're gonna do this and hopefully start this fire. get it going. I don't know how big a fire I can have tonight, but I'll try a little one. Just like so. One strike. Then put the kindling on. Just like so. Put the kindling on. I don't know how big of a fire I can have tonight. It's going to be awful dang windy. I'm going to try like crazy to have a good fire, but I'll tell you what, the wind is really going to be high tonight, so I've got to be very, very careful. Got to be very, very cautious with this. So, okay, we got a fire going. Now I'll try to get some grub going. Gonna cook up a steak. Man, you can see that fire blowing around in the wind a lot. I don't know if I dare make it much bigger than that. It's gonna warm my hole up right there. Yes, I brought my pillow. See how that's blowing around? Wow, I don't like that. Nothing like a pan full of venison cooked on the campfire. Yeah, that's nice. Gonna have me a terrific meal tonight. Venison from a 3-point buck I got a couple years ago. It's gonna be delicious. And yes, I brought my cast iron pan in my backpack. I eat with man pans and man knives when I'm out in the camping, hunting wild. That's just the way it is. All right, I'm gonna cook this up. That is a real man's meal, a full pan of venison, cooked on the open campfire. Doesn't get better than that, man. That's right, cooking with a real man's knife. Real man food in a real man pan on a campfire with a real man's knife. You turn venison with the real knife, not the fake fork, not the plastic crap. Yeah, when you're out camping, when you're out hunting, you do it with real tools. Get the real tools. Don't get the cheap imitation 1999 plastic handled Rambo knives. Get the real thing. That's what works. Yes. Venison just about done. That is looking great. It smells fantastic. It's getting late, getting dark. Here comes the wind again. Alright, you guys, I don't even know if you can see this or not. I'm heading in. Anyway, I'm going to crawl in my den. Woohoo! What a night, what a night. Stupid cows. Now the rancher's wildlife is waking me up. It snowed last night. Rained too. My shelter did really, really good though. Oh, but the ground. Oh. I did not have a very good night's sleep last night. I need a cup of coffee and some breakfast. Let me see if I can get a fire going. Yeah, it looks like we had a skiff of snow. Alright, give me a couple of minutes and I'll be with you. Okay, I got a fire going, finally. Boy, this snow dampened absolutely everything, man. I did not have that good of a night rest last night. I think I took more time preparing my shelter than preparing the ground. This is the first time I've ever used a tree, and you know, when it tips over, it left a great big hole, and I don't think I had enough boughs. A bunch of fir trees around here, my fir boughs was too thin. I spent too much time up there hiking in the mountains, looking for chert and just enjoying the forest. I have to say, I had more fun building it than I did sleeping in it, that's for sure. But that's the way it goes, so it's a good lesson learned. So I've got this fire going. I'm going to try to cook me up. My stupid eggs broke in my backpack. I thought I had them in a crush-proof container, and they all broke. So I've got a heck of a mess to clean up. So I'm just going to have some bacon this morning, bacon and coffee. So anyway, I'll be back to eat breakfast in front of you and wrap this up and show you the beautiful forest with it snow on. Just a skiff of snow, not bad. It didn't get as cold last night as I thought it would be. I have these polar fleece blankets, and they are sensational. I would highly advise getting some. They are fabulous. They're good for way lower than that. It's probably around freezing right now. Just kind of a crisp, beautiful morning. Oh, inhale the mountain air and get stretching and moving about. It's beautiful out here. All right, hang on. I'm going to go cook breakfast. Here's the view from inside my shelter, looking up, looking straight up into the pine trees. They are beautiful. Taller than I want to climb, but beautiful nonetheless. No snow got in on me. The shelter was nice. That bark really made it. I put a blue tarp down between me and the boughs, the boughs, because those are prickly. I've slept on them before, but I did not prepare the ground very good. It was not a comfortable night. I forgot about some of these roots. This is the first time I've ever put a shelter up against a tree. And I didn't even think about the roots until I rolled over, and man, they jabbed me and poked me, and that was a rude awakening. Then a piece of bark fell in on my head. I sat up and tried to move around and hit the roof, and the ground was very uneven, not real comfortable. Not real comfortable, but good lesson learned. Prepare the ground. I had more fun building the shelter than I did sleeping in it. Oh, this is my front yard. My shelter held up real good. I'm very, very happy about that. Very happy. That bark, it's worth gathering. The tree stump, the ground from the tree stump helped keep the wind out. It was gusty off and on. But yeah, all in all, it's good little shelter, just not very good ground to sleep on. It's a good lesson learned. I'll remember that for next time. I needed more boughs, and maybe I should have spent more time preparing the ground instead of out hiking a lot. My fire's just about ready for some bacon, so I didn't dare have a fire through the night. I didn't need it. So there we go. I'm going to go cook breakfast. If you've never seen what a full pound of bacon in a number 6 cast iron skillet looks like, there you go. Filled to the rim. By the way, before I came out here, I weighed myself, and I've lost 2 more pounds, and I'm about to gain it back. That's the way it works. When you're camping, you want all the energy and protein and stuff you can get. So that's how it is. Now that is what I call rough country bacon. Yeah, I do believe breakfast is about to be served. Yeah, that is just about how I want it. That is very nice. Very, very nice. All right, you guys. All in all, I would say this was a very successful shelter building experience. I've learned some things to do. I've learned some things not to do. Prepare the ground better. I have to do that. There's no question I blew it on that. Didn't get such a good night rest as I wanted. Remove some of the roots from the tree that I didn't even realize were going to jab me and poke me. I didn't think about that. I can hear the wind coming through the treetops. It's going to be a little bit more stormy, I guess, today. So I'm going to wrap it up and call this a successful, wonderful camp trip. My reflecting wall is really helping me maintain my heat in my entrance, which is nice, but it's time to go make this video for you guys. And just remember, you're awesome. It's fun to take time to get away, to enjoy the power and beauty of Mother Nature. Really, truly, we are a part of her. Welcome her into your lives. Do a camp experience. Go out and build a shelter against a fallen tree or against a large boulder, or do a smaller lean-to. Just remember, you don't want to sleep on the ground. You want something between you and the ground, whether it's a tarp. See, I threw these bows down, these fir bows, and I've slept on them before, years ago, and they were very uncomfortable. Yes, it's Mother Nature's mattress, but they were very uncomfortable. So I've thrown a tarp, in between them so that you lay on the tarp, and then I threw my polar fleece blanket down below, and then my doubled thick polar fleece blanket covered me, and it was fabulous. It was wonderful. So I'm going to put the campfire out and call it good. Thanks for watching the Backyard Professor Rough Country Survival videos. I will have more for you. I know I want to do a step-by-step on the bow drill fire making process. I've learned a lot through my practice this last month or so, 5 weeks, 4 or 5 weeks, that I really am anxious to share that I have not seen in other videos. So, and you have another chess video coming up for you chess fans. So remember, be good, do well, have fun, make friends, be nice, get out and become one with nature again. It's the most refreshing thing you can do for your body, mind, and spirit that there possibly is. But be safe. Make sure your campfire is always dead out. That's why I always bring a couple gallons of water with me to put that thing out. That's what you want. No danger. All right. Thanks for watching my videos. If you like this, please hit the like button and subscribe. Leave some comments in the comment sections telling me, other than the obvious, what I did wrong. I did not sleep very well, but that's okay. All right. Thanks for watching, you guys. I will catch you in the next video, definitely. This is the life. That's no joke. This is fantastic. I hate to leave.